Hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist, where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Richie. Now, let's jump into today's episode. What's up, y'all? I am doing something different this week. I have decided to put my vulnerabilities down. Let me tell y'all a secret. Although I do videos, I do not like being on camera. I do not like pictures, okay? I know I'm photogenic and videos, they be pretty decent, right? But I don't like it. I decided this week, so for those of you who are listening to the audio on, say, your streaming platforms, there is also a visual that you can check out on my IG page at mindfully_rich_podcast. I decided to video myself this week so y'all can see how I do this. So for those of you who are watching me, yes, you are seeing a phone in my hand because I use GarageBand on my 12 Plus because I make my iPhone work. If I had to pay all this money for this iPhone, I'm finna use it. Okay, so I use GarageBand to record my episodes and I upload them and they go to all of the streaming platforms that they're on. That's how I do it. I am a simple girl. I love to keep it simple. I use my phone. So for those of you who are seeing me visually, you get a chance to see that. My phone is my mic. So it may seem weird, just know this is my microphone. Okay, so for those of you who are listening to me, it's just gonna be regular to you. But you can check out the visual on my IG podcast page at mindfully_rich_podcast. And so, of course, I love to start off with gratitude. Got to say thank you so much to all of y'all for listening. Thank you to everyone who has given me comments and you've been sharing with me how you feel about August. This is the Money and Relationship series. And y'all DM me and let me know if you want me to continue on into September because I still got lots to talk about, especially when it comes to money and relationships. Y'all, it's so much to cover. Okay, so thank y'all so much for reaching out. All of the shares, all of the listening that y'all have been doing. Listenership has shot up. Y'all are listening, okay? It ain't just for a little while too. And I do monitor to see, are y'all listening to the whole episode? And y'all be listening to the whole episode. I'm like, what? Look at y'all. Okay, so thank y'all so much for listening. I truly appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed on whatever streaming platform that you are listening on, please make sure that you subscribe so that way you'll get these episodes as soon as they drop. All right, and also write a review. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, write those reviews. I have tons of good ones right now, but continue to write those reviews because the review numbers don't match the amount of subscribers and people who are listening. So I want y'all to go ahead, write a review, let other people know that you liking this, and also share these episodes far and wide, okay? This is a one-woman team. I don't have no advertising agency, no marketing, none of that. I got y'all. Okay, so y'all make sure share this episode with everybody. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and get into it. This week is the 70th episode. I just had to point that out because I have been consistent for 70 episodes. And so the one thing that I told myself, I wanted to make sure that I, A, got started, B, start, okay? Getting started and starting are two different things in my book, for me at least, okay? And then I wanted to also be consistent. So I'm proud of myself that for 70 episodes, I have shown up to give y'all something to learn from, gave y'all some new perspective. And so I'm celebrating that. If I had a little machine or something, I had some horns or something, some somethings, okay? So wanted to include y'all in that. And also after this episode, make sure if you haven't listened to the others, it has been some great episodes this month. And also, look, all my episodes good. Go ahead and check all of them out. All right? Check them all out after you listen to this because I don't make them long at all. So go ahead and check that out. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into today's episode. And for all my day ones, y'all know how I started off doing this podcast. For each topic, I will take a song title and I will use that for our discussion. And so today, the artist song who I'm using is Rihanna, and it goes with what I wanted to talk about, and her song, You Needed Me. And the title of today's episode is You Needed Me and My Money, Not the Relationship. Okay? So we're going to go ahead, jump into our mindful money moment right now, because today I am talking about if you're feeling trapped in a relationship because of the money that you are receiving while in this relationship, or the financial benefits that you're getting while being in this relationship. Because check this out. I understand. All right. As a person who has dated in these streets, a person who has also been married, I have also, in my big girl job, been a banker to hundreds of single, partnered, and married couples. I have learned way more than I care to know that people stay in relationships because of money and not love. Okay? That's just true tea. That's not me just sitting here trying to be mean. It's a thing. And so I wanted to talk about that because I am queen of uncomfortable conversations. Crucial conversations is a thing that I can do very well. Maybe because I'm a Capricorn. I don't know. But check this out. I do it very well. So I wanted to have this conversation with y'all, but I do want to give this disclaimer. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. I am not a psychologist. I am just a girl with an opinion and who know a little bit of something. Okay? That is it. I want to make sure that I give y'all this disclosure and just giving y'all some of the experience that I have gained over the years and what I've seen. Please know, once again, this is truly just my opinions. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into this because I do want y'all to really hear me out. Some of these things may be hard for some of y'all to listen to and may be hard for y'all to digest because you're going through it. But I'm hoping that if the shoe fits, you will then wear that shoe, and then you will find whatever resources it is that you need, whatever tools you need to change your situation, okay? Because I'm going to give y'all some personal tea of mine, and then we're going to talk about what we're getting into today, all right? So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. And so today I am focusing on 3 ways that you can determine if you're staying in your relationship for the money and not the love. So the first way that you can determine that is if, hold on, I'm trying to look at my notes, y'all. All right, so the first way that you can tell if your relationship is something that you're in for the money or if it's for the love is that you don't want to lose the lifestyle that you're living, okay? So if you're in it for the money, let's take a step back, okay? Because I want to make sure that I'm clearing this up. Relationships offer a number of benefits, whether that's going to be your physical, your mental, emotional, and of course, financial benefits. All right. So when people are coupled up, when they're partnered up, sometimes they're going to either share bills or there may be one person that's paying more of the bills or the responsibilities than the other. So that's where the financial benefits come in. So there may be a certain lifestyle that's associated with you being in your relationship. And you may have determined, I don't want to lose this lifestyle because that lifestyle may be something that is above the caliber lifestyle that you were used to. Okay. So you may just be staying because you like, yo, I'm not giving up this lifestyle. Okay. What's the song? Got a song for next one. I'm not giving up this lifestyle. So I'm going to go ahead and stay in this relationship. Forget the love. I'm just staying. Okay. I'm comfortable, basically. Oh, that's another song. Okay. Look, let me get some song titles right now. Okay. So people who don't want to give up that lifestyle because they're comfortable, they'll stay in that relationship. In ways, you're staying in your relationship for the money and not the love. So that's the first way that you can determine that. And so the second way that you can determine if you're staying in your relationship for the money is you lack financial independence on your own. You're not a person who can support yourself if you were to come out of your relationship, whether you're coupled or you're married. If you were to come out of your relationship right now, you wouldn't be able to support yourself. Now, I'm going to stop right here just because I live in California. Okay. Okay. It is hard for a lot of adults to support themselves in California. Me doing it right now is just a blessing. Okay, it's the Lord. Okay, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. But a lot of people aren't able to fully support themselves. Houses here, expensive. Rent here, expensive. Food, everything in its mama is expensive here. And so if you lack financial independence, it's going to be hard for you to come out of your relationship because you're thinking, hey, can I afford a place by myself? Can I afford to either purchase a home? Can I afford to rent a home? Can I afford all of the bills that I have to pay on my own? Just because, remember, I've already talked about there are lots of benefits that come to a relationship, a healthy relationship. You don't want to get in a relationship just because you want to just experience these benefits and you don't have no love for the person. If you one of those people, because look, okay, I'm single over here, okay, and I know I got lots of single girlfriends, okay, free that man up for one of us, okay, don't just be using them, all right? So there are lots of benefits and lots of financial benefits to being coupled or being married. And so if you lack financial independence on your own, you're not going to want to you're not going to want to leave that relationship because you don't want to face living in this life or living in the world for that period of time that you have to support yourself because you're going to be doing it yourself. Okay, that's my story all day. Okay, that's something that I know very well. Okay, and so it's not easy. It's not easy, but check this out. I'm also not going to run and get into a relationship because I've been in a place where I have to provide for myself. I have to get out here and work, cook the bacon. What is it? What's the saying? Bring the bacon home, whatever it is. Okay, because I've done that, I understand, all right, this is what I have to do to make sure that I'm doing that. Is it hard work? Is it stressful? Hell yeah, it is. Okay, but it's something that I do. I'm not going to run out and get into a relationship just because I'm like, I sure don't want to pay these bills no more. I need somebody to go halfsies with me. That's my reason. That's not something that I'm going to do. But in my lifetime, I've seen lots of people who lack financial independence, and so they stay in their relationship due to that financial benefit. Okay? And the third way that you can determine if you're in your relationship for the money is that you just like the convenience of it. Why change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Convenience kind of goes along with the lifestyle and financial independence. But I also think of convenience in a way of, why change it? We already here. I don't want to have to change my bills over. I don't want to have to do this. There are a lot of people who are just doing stuff because it's convenient. Why not? Why not? I'm not a convenience person. Okay, that's not something that I particularly do. But there are lots of people who just stay just because it's convenient. It's working. Okay, that's another thing. It's working. So it may not even feel like you're even there for the money. It may just feel like, you know what? It's convenient. Why not? Let's just stay here. Okay, and so those are the three reasons that I came up with and the three reasons that I have seen in my career, in my lifetime, in my experience that people are staying in their relationship due to the money. Okay. And if you have listened to all of those things and you said, man, I want that one sticks out a little bit for me, right? It may, because I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. Okay. That's all I do on this podcast is be honest. Okay. In my own, people who know me know that I was married once upon a time and I was married for 12 years. And so at a certain point in time, it was hard. It was really hard to stay in my relationship because things weren't working out right. And there was a point in time where I lacked financial independence. And so I understood that one very well. I was like, I don't know. Okay. And it was a thought. Okay. And I can remember having to actually, when it wasn't comfortable anymore, when it just came up and I just really had to jump on out there. And it was culture shock. It was a lot of shock. I'm going to tell y'all what, I didn't pay rent on my own until I was 30 years old. I am 36. Okay, I have lived a good life. All right. But when I had to do it on my own, although it was culture shock for me, it was a lesson that I needed to learn. Now, I'm not saying that I stayed in my relationship because of that. I'm going to say points in time in my marriage, there was some convenience. There was some lack of financial independence. There was also a comfort that was there. Okay? So I'm just letting you know from experience that I have experienced this. I have seen other people who've done that, people who used to come to me and just say, I just can't do it. I don't want to live on my own. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to stay. I get it. I've seen it. I'm not here to tell you that you are wrong if that's something that you do. I just want you to be able to point out and be truthful with yourself to understand you stand for money, not for love. Okay? And so I hope that this information has been beneficial, entertaining, and also a way for you to look inside of yourself if you are a person who is sitting in this seat right now. The one thing that I can also offer to that conversation is if you are staying in your relationship for money and you're staying right now, are you going to do something about it to bring yourself to a point where you will have the financial independence that you need so that you can get out of that relationship? Because this is the thing, it goes deeper, right? There are lots of people, whenever you have someone that has control over you, especially if someone's paying all your bills and you're staying just because they are paying all the bills. Anytime someone has that much control over you, it'll make you make the wrong decision every single time. Okay, that if that person is controlling when you eat, they can also control and starve you. Okay, so that's not something that you want to do, whether that's male or female. Okay, because you got different dynamics in a relationship. I am not going to put one on one particular gender. All right. And so you just want to make sure that you're doing the best that you can, figuring out those ways that you can become financial independent aside from your partner. Okay. Now, of course, there are some things that y'all need to do together, especially if y'all relationship is really serious. The love is there. Y'all trying to build together. But there are also ways that you can make sure that independently you are financially stable to a place that if something were to happen, you will be good on your own. You may have to cut back on some things. Like I talked about lifestyle, you will have to cut back on some things. I can remember when I went from being married to being single, my life is totally different. Okay, well, at least in the beginning, okay, the first 4 years, totally different. Okay, and so you can build. You can build back. We can do anything that we put our minds to, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This topic is very personal to me, so it's one of the reasons why I wanted to discuss it. And I hope that it has been enlightenment, for a lot of people, for you to make some determinations on your own. And so a few church announcements before we get on out of here. If you aren't following the podcast page on IG, it's at mindfully_rich_podcast. That is the social media platform of choice that I have selected. That's where I feel comfortable. It's something about Facebook that I just don't like getting on there. Ever since my mom passed away, I haven't liked Facebook. I don't know what it is. I just can't really do it. Okay. I haven't shut down my mom's page yet. And so, y'all, I am silly. I think I was talking to my best friend, my bestie Reese in Houston. We was talking and I was like, I still haven't shut down my mom's Facebook page on Facebook. And I was like, one day I'm just going to send a random message just to scare the hell out of everybody, just because I'm going to need a laugh and because it's a way to help me deal with grieving. Okay, just how does it help me? Giving me a laugh. I like to laugh. I like stuff that makes me laugh. I'm sorry. It's funny to me. So I think I may do that one day. But since I'm telling everybody on the podcast, it ain't going to be funny. It ain't going to be funny no more. But IG is the social media platform of choice for me. And then also check out the details in the actual show episode. And so if you needed ways to get in contact with me, if you want to brand with me, any of those things, you want to send a church donation, okay, all of those things will be included in the actual details of the show. And so that is it, y'all. We get in and we get out. Okay, that's what we're doing. For those of y'all who are looking at me visually, if you stayed all of this time, thank you. And for those who are listening after this episode, make sure you go back, listen to the ones that you haven't checked out. Don't forget to listen, share. And I want y'all to live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.